You are listening to Cameroon-link Radio. We invite you to join us by contributing to the program. Your host is James Achanyi-Fontem, and
Cameroon-link Radio is producing these programs in collaboration with Cameroon Community Radio Station. We are going to focus our attention particularly on infant and young child feeding and especially breastfeeding. You are welcome.
Welcome to your special health program titled Health Forum, Mother and Child Care. This edition is centered on 2018 World Breastfeeding Week with the theme Breastfeeding Support, Close to Mothers. In this special edition, and as part of activities of 2018 World Breastfeeding Week, our focus shall be on the theme Breastfeeding Support, Close to Mothers. Breastfeeding Support, Close to Mothers highlight breastfeeding pair counseling. That is, women who breastfed their babies exclusively for 6 months or more, advising breastfeeding or pregnant women on the importance of breast milk. We have realized that most nursing women from the onset of breastfeeding are able to start off well, but just in a few weeks or months, they now experience sharp drop in their attitude of breastfeeding their babies. The period when mothers do not visit health care facilities is the time when a community support system for mothers is very essential.
Mr. Porter Sunge, Anganga Yawunde, Kontago, Leki Kenwe, Kontago, Legunga Lechigen.
Effectively implemented with all of the stakeholders being present. Now we are talking about breastfeeding, and I think that I cannot stand here to want to open a page or a lecture on breastfeeding. Research has proven to us that breastfeeding has a place, incontestable, and the importance of breastfeeding to our babies and even to the mothers cannot be overemphasized. And I think that during this, in a gathering like this, we should be making sure that we look at the different responsibilities as all of us stakeholders have to put in to make sure that we are supporting breastfeeding amongst our populations. I was just talking to the president of the NGO when he was in my office of the fact that over the years, one of the challenges we still face is the lack of awareness. And we think that we must continue to work together with other stakeholders, because it is not only the responsibility of the health sector to make sure that we can have people to realize the importance of making sure that babies are breastfed up to the ages of 6 months. Again, the importance of breast milk to the babies, it helps them grow better, it strengthens their immunity, and then even on the mother side, research again has shown that the hormonal changes are important and help these women to grow and be able to keep up maintaining their children. So I am going to be part of what is going to be happening here. We are here to work together as a team. There is a big, if you look at the program, one of the most interesting diagrams is the support for breastfeeding mothers, a multi-sectoral action. So it is an action which involves every one of us, not only the health sector. So I think and I hope that all of us will make sense of it and contribute so that we can have inputs which our journalists will take out to educate the population and encourage mothers. Thank you very much.
It showed that in the Southwest region we do have 7,212 children that were suffering from acute malnutrition, and that were around 0.4%. And they also gave the state of breastfeeding, not region per region, but they gave the state of breastfeeding in the whole country. And they realized that after the policy of breastfeeding was instituted in the country in 2004, we had an increase in breastfeeding up to 2006. And after that, we've been having a decrease from 2006 to 2011. And in 2011, it showed that only 20% of women in Cameroon are exclusively breastfeeding. Only 20%. And so it's a concern. And the target is 90%. We want to go up to 90% of mothers actually breastfeeding their children exclusively. Last year we had this week, and the theme was to understand the past to better plan the future. And I think that a lot of thought were made, a lot of studies were done, and we realized that for us to be able to achieve the 90% goal, there is need for us to support mothers. And that's why the theme this year is breastfeeding close to mothers. And so this year we are going to support mothers for them to actually carry out breastfeeding. Alright. Okay, go right. Okay. Go to the first. The plan of these slides were actually given to me in French, so I'll try to translate them in English so that we all understand ourselves. I will start by giving the theme for this year, then what is exclusive breastfeeding, nutrition for pregnant and lactating mothers, and what are the principal activities that are going to be carried out in the region. As the general objective, the purpose of the World Breastfeeding Week of 2013 is to increase support for mothers so they can practice breastfeeding optimally. The specific objective is to promote awareness at all levels. That's why you're here. We want to promote awareness at the level of the media, even in areas of employment and so on and so forth. So we want to promote awareness and provide information to peers, to people who are working already in facilities. This is the 5 circles of support for breastfeeding. We think that if they tackle these 5 sectors, we'll be able to attain the 90% goal. And the 5 circles of support is family and social network, healthcare system, workplace and employment, government, and laws that are going to be passed out, and response to crisis and emergency. And of course, the women are in the center of the 5 circles of support. Mothers actually, they are the ones that are supposed to some kind of lobby for the support, and when they have the support, they should help other women also to actually breastfeed exclusively and to carry out breastfeeding very well. And family and social network are very important. Family and social network is, you have the church, you have the marketplace, you have the jungle houses, you know, you have the immediate family. All of those people that are around the breastfeeding mother, all of those people are supposed to help her to actually breastfeed. You know, because one of the things that they've realized is that women sometimes don't have confidence in themselves that they can actually breastfeed for 6 months exclusively. I have some cases now in the hospital, in my own hospital, that I'm telling the lady to breastfeed for 6 months. She's telling me that she can't, she doesn't think that she'll be able to carry out the breastfeeding for 6 months. So all of those people are there to build up the confidence of the woman so that she should have confidence in herself that she can actually breastfeed, and also build the confidence on the quality of the milk, because sometimes they might think that it's not, the quality of the milk is not as good as that of substitutes. The healthcare system, they have a plethora of opportunities from prenatal consultation to postnatal consultation, because actually though the health sector see the woman from family planning to when she's following up the baby, you know, when they come for welfare clinic. And so there are several areas where healthcare practitioners should reinforce breastfeeding. When they come for family planning, during pregnancy, during delivery, after delivery as well. So those are contact points. When they are coming for welfare clinic and when the child is sick, those are contact points where the healthcare practitioners should actually enforce breastfeeding. Like I said, they have a plethora of opportunities to do so. The workplace and employment. This is I realized with the women that I'm working on the field that this is the main challenge. Women today are working or they are students, so when they get pregnant and they give birth to their children, they just have 3 months, and after that they actually breastfeed exclusively for 3 months, but after that it becomes complicated for them, even students that are in school. So the issue here is that we have to make the workplace some kind of a baby-friendly place, where the woman who is breastfeeding is going to receive all the support actually for the woman to breastfeed. Unfortunately, the policy in Cameroon is that after birth you have 3 months only. But in other countries it's up to a year. They've even told me that in some countries it's up to 2 years that the woman stays at home and things like that. But in where the woman works, everybody around her should actually make the woman to exclusively breastfeed. And this where laws need to be passed. I think the people at the National Assembly, all those who are concerned, voting laws, like I was saying, they could vote laws that would permit women to actually breastfeed. For example, why can they not extend the maternity leave? 3 months is too small, we think. I think that is a good hindrance. So if we can take it to 6 or a year, it will be better. And that only in Canada is 1 year. I was told in Canada is 1 year. And they pay those women. And they pay. so or if not possible, I think those laws should be passed. Those children are very, very important for us. Positive. We don't have much of this in the southwest, but if you are in the east, where refugees are coming from the Central Republic, African Central Republic, RCR, will have those kind of things. Or if you are maybe in the northern part of the country where we do have some refugees there are those refugees that are in state of emergency or they're in state of crisis. They have realized that during that period there is transmission of diseases easily like diarrhea and things like that. So promoting breastfeeding would reduce the transmission of those diseases, and of course it will also reduce malnutrition, because in crisis moment is complicated to handle, and so promoting breastfeeding there is something we must do as well. Like I said, we don't have this in the Southwest. Exclusive breastfeeding, what it is? Exclusive breastfeeding is giving only milk, nothing else, not even water. And that's why I think that I don't know how we are going to do this to prevent people, that's my personal opinion, to prevent people to go visit women who are just giving birth with water. I think water is not a so good gift to give a woman who is just giving birth. I think you can give her food, you can give her napkins or soap. Water is not a so good idea, because the moment they give them water, they give it to the baby. And if a child takes water, it's no more exclusive breastfeeding. It's no more exclusive breastfeeding. The moment you give that child a sip of water, it's no more exclusive breastfeeding. That child was not exclusive breastfeeding. That's what it is. So exclusive breastfeeding is only breast milk and nothing else. And of course, breast milk is about 80% water, so that child doesn't need water, even in very hard conditions. So I think visiting mothers with water during when they're just giving birth is not a so good idea. The advantages to the baby is that, first of all, the baby receives all the nutrients that he needs. Breast milk is complete. He's going to receive everything. The child is going to be protected from disease, because it has been realized that children that are being given other foods, apart from breast milk, generally visit the hospital early enough. You know, because the condition around substitute feeding, generally the hygienic condition is not good. The water that they are using for it is generally not potable water. So those children generally visit the hospital early enough than those who are exclusively breastfed. So there is some kind of and of course, breast milk, you know, is the first immunization. We are going to talk about it. It's the first vaccine that the child is going to receive. And of course, it creates some kind of reinforced affective link between the mother and the child. And most importantly, will help the harmonious brain development of the child. It has been, WHO conducted a study, and they said that children that are exclusively breastfed and who are breastfed are more intelligent than those that are not. So it's a scientific fact. And there are new scientific evidence now on even what they call epigenetics, but that's not why we are here today. It is a clear fact. Children that are breastfed are more intelligent than those that are not. It's recognized. They are positive. Advantage to mothers, I will start with the one that you like, is that the moment you breastfeed exclusively, there is a great chance that you are going to lose the weight that you accumulated during pregnancy. I think that one is good news. So for those that want to cut down, the moment you give birth to your child, the first thing you do is exclusive breastfeeding. I started by that one because I know that you are more interested by weight loss, most of you here. Of course, the elevated body of activities of the mother, because she's breastfeeding. The weight of the child is lightening upon her, and it's a contraceptive as well, though it's not an optimum contraceptive. But the moment she's breastfeeding exclusively, there is a greater chance that she will not get pregnant. But like I said, it's not an optimum contraceptive. I'm working on the control of the FECABPA for family planning. Yeah. And of course, the risks of breast cancer and ovarian cancer. And for the society is that the moment you breastfeed, you don't spend a lot of money. Okay, the child needs only breast milk, so there is no need for supermom water. There isn't any need for artificial milk or something. Breast milk is readily available and it is cheap. So the moment you take the option to breastfeed, you actually save money, and of course, it will help the community to cut down mortality. In Cameroon last year, I was saying that 1 out of 3 of death of children below 5 years in Cameroon is associated with malpractices of breastfeeding. So just by doing that, you cut down death of children. Of course, the nutrition of the pregnant woman is also very important, because it has been shown that a woman which has the right nutrition will be able to breastfeed optimally. And so in this case here, it is especially for the woman who is pregnant, you know that she's constructing totally a new being in her. All right, the baby needs to make his blood from scratch. The bones of the baby is not coming from heaven. I hope you know that. The muscle of the baby is not coming from heaven. Like I generally say, God gives children, but nutrition gives the body. God gives children, but nutrition gives the body. And so if you need to build up a good baby, you need the building blocks for it. And those building blocks come from food. And so the mother who is pregnant is supposed to have the right nutrition. Of course, very good food with good biological value, like eggs and fish and the rest. And of course, the energy level will increase. So you tell the breastfeeding woman to add at least one plate. One plate of food or snack is about 350 kilocalories. And for a woman who is pregnant, a woman who is breastfeeding, it's about 450 kilocalories. So you tell the lady you are eating one meal a day, now eat 2 meals. But again, it's not much of the amount of calories that is important, because what is important in this case is how the woman is actually gaining weight. You know, if the woman is not eating very much but is gaining weight appropriately, there is no need insisting on calories. But if it's the reverse, then you should. And of course, there are recommendations, positive. Of course, like I said, there is need of folic acid and iron, but folic acid should come early enough. Because the brain and the neuronal chip of the baby is formed within the first 21 days of pregnancy, and that's when the body needs a lot of folic acid. So generally giving folic acid after that, good, it will be good for the blood, but the neuronal chip has already been formed. Alright, and of course you need to give iron as well. Vitamin A when the lady has just given birth, because we'll need to give vitamin A to the children. That's what we did in the last sustain. We gave vitamin A to postpartum women. Iodine-rich food, the Cameroon government are taking care of that. Each time you eat salt, you have iodine. It has been proven that iodine develops the brain of a child. Of course, malaria, if there is malaria, there will be anemia. And those women, adolescent women below 18 years, when they are pregnant, is a concern, because generally they are growing, they need a lot of energy, so their needing food is going to be higher. And it has been shown that early pregnancy is one of the causes of low birth weight. So the moment the lady is an adolescent lady and she's pregnant, there is need for nutritional support. In the northern part of the country, they give them supplementary food. Just that we are not within the program. The moment you are less than 18 years old and you are pregnant, they give you food, because they understand that you need it. The main activities, the launch has been done in Yaoundé. That was at the gynecological obstetric in Yaoundé. Briefing meeting with international journalists has already been done. Our briefing meeting, we are just doing it right now. And there are going to be education talk that is going to take place with personnel from the health. That's why some of you are here from the district. Yeah. And there's going to be sensitization to the public and programs in the radio. That's why the men from the press, that's why you're here. That's your part. And so you will use the press that is given to you. All the information are there and the flyers. You have all the information to pass out to the public. I think even the main message is there. Thank you very much. Problems in there. Just I beg of you for your indulgence. Breastfeeding plays a crucial role to child survival. We've talked about it already. And these are the following messages, the key messages that you are going to give to the public. But I realize this morning that you may have the key messages in that file. Diapositive. Breastfeeding is the first immunization that the child will get. It's the first immunization, and is the most efficient and less costly intervention for child survival. And children that are breastfed are 14 times likely to live, to survive, than those that are not. And more than 800,000 children deaths are linked in the world due to malpractices, breastfeeding malpractices. And studies have shown that immediate breastfeeding, actually that's not the word they use. The word they use in French is la mise au sein. Simply means that is when the woman is just giving to breast, you put the child directly to breast. That's what that statement is there for. So that can reduce mortality for about 20%. because it boosts the immune system of the baby. A breastfed children who are exclusively a breastfed child is less subject to disease. We've talked a lot about that. And only 39% of children in the world are exclusively breastfed, those who are below 6 months. And in Cameroon, we are just 20%. And that's where people come in, people from the media, people from the health sector. It's too small. Seeing the advantages of breastfeeding, 20%, it means that 80% in children in Cameroon are lacking, are not taking advantage of exclusive breastfeeding. Yes. They try to find out the actions that are carried out when children have pneumonia or diarrhea. And they say, okay, each action, what is the potential of each intervention to save lives? What is the potential of each intervention to save life for children who are suffering from pneumonia and for children that are having diarrhea? They realize that pneumococcal vaccine is the first. If you give pneumococcal vaccine, that child, there is a greater chance that that child will live or will survive. The second one is case management of neonatal infection. If your child has a neonatal infection, if they take care of that case, there is a possibility that that child will live. And the third thing is exclusive breastfeeding. That is above the HIV vaccine. I think that should be a more influenza vaccine. B. HIV. Okay. Alright. Even the rotavirus vaccine. So just by giving breastfeeding, you have more impact on the survival of those children than rota vaccine, than ORS, than HIV vaccine. Breastfeeding is the third intervention that you do for those children to survive. That's what that represents. And the second message is more women are likely to breastfeed when they receive support, counseling, and education in health facilities and job communities. So if we support them, they will breastfeed. If we don't support, more of them will not be able to breastfeed. And so they need the support for them to be able to carry out that life-saving activity process that we just talked about. And just by doing that, we'll increase the exclusive breastfeeding below 6 months for about 90%. And breastfeeding, this is generally a debate in hospitals. Should a woman that has HIV breastfeed her baby or not? Generally, and health personnel, their tendency is to go for substitution feeding. And I generally tell them, for a woman to be on substitution feeding, she needs to bring the proof of the affairs. She needs to prove that she's capable to actually, that is affordable and feasible and the rest. But the woman who chooses to breastfeed has no proof to bring. The moment she chooses exclusive breastfeeding, then she breastfeeds. And so it is safer, especially when you have the medical treatment going on. It is true that if her viral load is very low, there is lesser chance for her to transmit HIV virus through breastfeeding. So the first thing you tell a woman who is living with HIV is breastfeeding. Before any other thing, the first thing is breastfeeding. The second thing is breastfeeding. The third thing is breastfeeding. Then the fourth thing is substitution feeding. It says that during period of crisis, we've talked about that, and policies and support programs are necessary to obtain that optimum advantage of exclusive breastfeeding, and education, communication, and law and policies. The third message is, to fast achieve reduction in infant mortality, there is need for commitment and investment to breastfeeding programs. And so it's a program, there is need for it. Increasing breastfeeding rates will greatly reduce preventable death in children. Like I said, just by doing that, we can cut down mortality for about 30%, just by doing exclusive breastfeeding. And breastfeeding is the simplest and safest and less costly way to cover all the nutritional needs of infants. Breastfeeding programs are a good investment. In the beginning, I played the video on the 1,000 day. I don't know the amount of people who watched that video. They realize that nutrition today is the best investment a country can make. Just by investing in nutrition, we can increase our GDP for about 3%. So long panga is a very good investment. The second, the bridge on the Vuri is a very good investment. The nutrition is the best investment. And I think there are two people that are carrying out that message in the world. You have Kofi Annan and the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. They said it's the best investment a country can make. And studies have shown a country where there is malnutrition, those countries are generally poor. They are generally poor. And the potential of a child and the ability for a child to learn and achieve things and a good salary in the future, for that child to be productive, the future of that, it is determined in the first 2 years of his life. So if it's not done well during the first 2 years of his life, you've missed it and there is no turning back. And of course, political will and commitment as well as community participation are indispensable for us to be able to run those infant nutrition programs. The fourth message is a good start you can give to any child. Breastfeeding is a very good start. There is no other good start than that. And breastfeeding child is healthy, more intelligent, and this will enable him to reach his full potential in life. Full potential. I generally tell people there are many kinds of computers and there are many kinds of USB keys. Some are 2 gigs, some are 3 gigs, some are 10 gigs. So if you breastfeed your child very well, his intellectual capacity will go to about 10 gigs. If you don't do that, the child might stay at 1 gig or 2 gig. You have somebody who will study very hard but cannot absorb more information than the one that has been breastfed. That's where the difference is made. So a breastfed child is about the 10 gig capacity brain, while a non-breastfed is about 2. Positive. No, go back, please. Go back, please. It's renewable natural resource. There is no pollution when there is breastfeeding. There is no pollution. It's a renewable energy source, and there is no pollution as far as that is concerned. And in addition, it's the most complete food for human consumption. Positive. Breastfeeding only requires good maternal nutrition. You don't need more than that. So the women should fit well. I was teaching somewhere and I told them that in families they should reverse the order of eating. They should start with the mother of the house. She should eat first. She has the lion's share, followed by the young girls in the house. Then the young boys, because they are still going in, the last person should be the father. That's a lovely one actually. So women should have the lion's share of the meal. So that should be the order. The women, the girl child, the male child, then the father. Positive. The father, the father.
Breastfeeding support close to mothers. Breastfeeding support close to mothers highlight breastfeeding pair counseling. That is women who breastfed their babies exclusively for 6 months or more, advising breastfeeding or pregnant women on the importance of breast milk. We have realized that most nursing women from the onset of breastfeeding are able to start off well, but just in a few weeks or months, they now experience sharp drop in their attitude of breastfeeding their babies. The period when mothers do not visit health care facilities is the time when a community support system for mothers is very...
That is where we come to the end of the program today. We invite you to join us for the next episode on Cameroon-link Radio.
Essential.
Abraham Bendoto Achewe Yito Nini Abraham Bendoto Nini Abraham Bendoto Nini